guys, long time no see, I guess. I am still recovering from a little flu type situation, so if I sound weird or start coughing in the middle of this video, I'm very sorry. But I was asked a while back why the cousin didn't work for me, and I think I touched on the subject at some point when I changed to something else, but I haven't made an actual video on it. So I was thinking that today I could chat a bit about that. And actually it's funny because I haven't touched this thing in probably 6 months. And now that I was just going through it, I started missing it like crazy. I do absolutely love how this looks, and I loved using it as well. So yeah, it's it's bittersweet to actually go through the pages because I do miss this so much. But I will explain why I moved to something else and why the cousin isn't part of my lineup this year, even though it was supposed to be. So let's start with what I love about the cousin. So I absolutely love the A5 size. I think it's a great size. There's lots of space to journal, and you know, there's space for pictures, for stickers, washi tape. You can decorate it as much as you want. You can make it look really cool. As you can see, I was having a lot of fun with it. I also have the space for journaling and my to-dos on the same page, which I really loved. So actually, the dailies worked really well for me, except on the days where I didn't feel like I needed a daily. And I hated having empty space. I don't know if I have those kind of pages here, because I did try to fill everything out every day. I'm not seeing a lot of empty pages. But yeah, like I had my to-dos, and sometimes I had some notes, and I had all the decoration, and then like hell of a lot of space to write stuff down. And yes, it was great, but at the same time I felt some kind of pressure to actually fill out the empty space. Okay, so here we have an empty page. I have my to-dos, some little notes, my appointments for the day, and that's it. And all of this is empty space, and it's kind of bugging me. It's not the end of the world, but I do have some weeks when I just have no energy whatsoever. And right now I'm journaling in an A6 size, and it feels like a much more approachable size for me. I can always like go back and fill stuff out if I want to. I can put just one picture, or just journal a little bit about the day. And for some reason, it's just easier for me to approach that size. So yeah, like the journaling bit, the pressure to decorate, the pressure to actually use all the space given to me, because these are predated, so you really have one page per day, and that's just a lot of space. So I guess that was a big part of it. And at the beginning it was fine. Like here I have just some notes. It's not journaling, it's notes. But I don't know. Now that I'm looking at it like 6 months later, I kind of miss this. So I kind of miss having my to-dos and my journaling and everything in one place. So like I guess the dailies are not my biggest issue, and it might not be the biggest reason why I moved over to something else. Although at the end here, as you can see, I just stopped journaling, stopped writing about stuff. It was very hard for me. Like here we have an empty page. It was very hard for me to fill out all the pages, and just I got very anxious doing it. So you're not supposed to feel anxious about your pages. Like here, empty space again. So yeah, as much as I loved this, I don't know, it just felt like it wasn't working for me anymore. But the even bigger issue, I think, are the weeklies. I cannot say that this was not working for me. Obviously it was. And it's a lot of the same stuff that I've had here. I'll show you the first week in my weeks. So if we compare, I did have my schedule up here. And some little like journaling stuff. And then I was tracking what I'm watching on TV, which I'm actually not really doing here. I don't really have the space for it. So I have my movies and TV series here in the back, and I'm filling this out. But on the weeklies, I rarely write what I've been watching. Sometimes I do. I think I have, yeah, like here. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I don't. And then all of this tracking down here is nowadays happening in the back. It's everything in the same place, and it's looking like this pretty much. And then I'm not tracking my walks right now. I'm just tracking my steps. Should note some down. But yeah, all this to say that I have the exact same information in my weeks pretty much than what I had here. And I do appreciate the space that this gives me. Like the A5, there's a lot of space in the weeklies, but honestly, I am not sure that I am a vertical girl at all. I think I'm more of a horizontal one, and I also don't feel like I need a daily every day. Obviously it's pretty full here, but if we look at my weeklies, there's also some days when there's not much happening, like here and here. And if I'm not feeling the pressure to write every day like a maniac, and to use all dailies, I don't know, this is just so natural to me compared to the cousin, where I always felt like I have to feel it out. I have to just write everything down and use all of this space given to me by this planner. And so I felt a lot of pressure to decorate, especially. That might be the biggest thing. I did feel pressure to decorate or to use all the stickers, and in my weeks I'm not really doing that. Like this is this week. I have a few stickers, yes, but also there's weeks when I don't have lots going on. Let's see. Here I have just a few, but it's like 3 plus the deco. It takes me 5 minutes to put everything down if I'm really busy. Like here I put the deco, but then during the week didn't use any stickers at all. And here there's just so much going on that I'm not even like sure if I can understand my weeklies properly. I did find my groove later on. Like here, I think this is how someone like me should use their weeks. So I only have my appointments basically, and some deadlines, and then the tracking tasks, and that's it. It was working pretty well. Not this week, this is horrible. But here as well, it's pretty much the same. I have my appointments, a few journaling stuff, and then the tracking. All this to say that I don't really, like, I love the cousin and I miss it, but I just got really, really tired of all, like, the kits and the stickers and the washi tapes and the decorations and all of that. And then when you add all of this to the back pages that I also felt like I had to decorate to the best of my abilities, it just ended up being too much. Do I miss the space? Yes, I do. So right now I'm in the weeks, and then I have my journal just Let me go get it. Okay, so here's my journal and dog hair. This is the A6 Hobonichi, and I'm just gonna pick a few days where, you know, it's not that personal. Let's see. Okay. So this is how it's looking most of the time. I have my appointments here on top because you don't have a weekly, and I do like to, when I'm journaling, to see what happened that day so that I can kind of understand what I'm writing about. Here I have an actual timeline, which is the only timeline in the whole journal, really. My son turned 8, so I used, he turned 8 on the 13th, but I also used the 12th to kind of get a big spread like this. I did the same thing when we went to watch Disney on Ice. So if I need more space, that's how I do it. But most of the time, it's just me putting on pictures, journaling a bit, and it's not really, and then there's days when I don't write anything. I have my weeks, I have my to-dos, I have everything I need in this planner to function and be able to manage my life. And then sometimes I don't have the energy to actually journal. And in an A6, like I said, you can just print one picture and the page looks full. That's it, that's the day. But I do admit that sometimes I miss being able to really go at it, like decoration wise. I do miss it sometimes. And sometimes I could even write more than the space allocated to it. But yeah, at least this is something I can keep up with. I have been pretty good with it during this year. I have my monthlies as well, just so I can keep track of stuff. And it's just way more manageable. It's also way more portable. So I have these two. These are kind of replacing the Cousin. I think that if I were to use an A5, it couldn't be something predated, meaning that an A5 for me would probably have to be a full bullet journal so that I could do pages like this, but I could also do like half a page or columns, like one day, second day, third and fourth and so forth. It would have to be way more flexible than what the Cousin is for me. It would have to be something that works way better than what this, like I can use the space and I love the space, but I don't love this, like I don't know. Or it would have to be something between like the weekly and then the dailies, so so that I would have like a horizontal weekly and then space for to-dos and stuff. And then I would have one page per day, or something like that. But the Cousin in itself is not working for me. Like the big dailies, with the big weeklies in the vertical layout, it's just not working for me. So just to like recapitulate, because this is 40 minutes and ongoing. I love the Cousin. I really do. I had lots of fun in it. And every time I've used it, I've had lots of fun. But then at some point, I get tired of all the deco, filling out all the space, and kind of the rigidness of it. And if this were a bullet journal, I think I would not have the same problem. So if this were like a strategy, an A5 strategy, I think I could manage just fine, because I would be able to move around and be flexible with my layouts, be flexible with the dailies and the weeklies. Like I could do a vertical if I have a crazy week and I need the time schedule, or I could be more like weeks like, and just do a horizontal one. if I needed just that. So I think as a bullet journal, an A5 would be great. And I do love to decorate it. It's just that sometimes I have periods in my life when it's not doable, and then I end up hating it, hating the pressure, and hating that I have to force myself to do it. So yeah, I do love this so much, but when I have crazy months or weeks, this is not something I can upkeep at all. So I ended up moving into this one while waiting for my Hobonichi weeks to start, and I ended up going back to the horizontal, as you can see, going back to smaller weeklies. And yeah, I was having lots of fun with this in the meanwhile, and it felt good to be back to something so small and portable as well, because I do need to carry my planner around with me. So yeah, I don't know if this was clear or not. I'm sorry, just all over the place. But what I'm trying to say is that this is the layout for me most of the time, and the cousin is not really giving me that. And then I need to be flexible with the back pages and the weeks, sorry, the dailies. So yeah, that's why I'm not really into the cousin, and that's why I sold or gave away my cousin bags. Maybe one day I will try a cousin type of thing, like an A5 strategy or something. Maybe I'll have fun with that one day. We'll see. I do miss it. Oh, it was pretty. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hopefully will be back soon with something else to share. Bye.